How to change a water pump on a Chevy LS. I guess it's 93 to 2007-ish years. You got to remove this cover. There's going to be two 10mm bolts, a couple clips. I never put the last clip in the back on that side because my air filter gets in the way. Take that out. And then there's a drain on this side. Usually has a tube so you can collect the antifreeze if you want to reuse it. And then you're going to have to take the hoses off. We got the upper hose here. Lower hose isn't off yet. Note the belt rotation on this one. 04 Denali, it comes up around underneath the pulley and comes around the back to, it comes back to the driver's side over the water pump pulley, around to the water belt, the power steering, and then the alternator. And this, you're going to have to take a big wrench, and I believe you have to do it clockwise. It should be the opposite. And then you got to remove these hoses carefully. If you got a chance, make sure you use the metal teeth so they don't break. Good time to replace the bottom hose. Vance usually has 15% off discount codes all the time. Replace that at least because that's the harder to get to. And this hose would be a good time to change those hoses. So this is pretty much it. It's about an hour or two job. Very simple. And I would suggest changing the thermostat if you don't want to be cheap, because it's right there. It isn't that hard to get to, but sooner than later is better to do it instead of losing on your antifreeze. So there's actually a couple ways to do this. We took the belt off. You just pull the tensioner and the belt will come off. I think it's 15mm. We're just using vice grips. And we're taking this a C-clamp. I think this is 6-inch. They're $3-4 bucks if you need one. They're not expensive. There's actually a couple ways to do this. You can use an air chisel, which I guess we could bring a tank out and use a chisel to do that. It's supposed to be pretty easy. If you're in garage, yes, it'd be easy. So we're just putting the clamp on here. Instead, you're still going to have to take the belt off. To really get it off. So we got this is a, I don't know, 8-inch, 10-inch adjustable wrench, or crescent as you want to call it. They're also called adjustable crescents. I don't know. You could probably use a pipe wrench too. Technically, I guess the real size is 36mm. And we're just going to smack it as hard as we can. Well, let's get the vice grips out the way. Don't need those. We're just showing you can do it, basic tools. And then we should be able to pop it loose. We're going to tighten it up and it'll come off. Okay, so it'll break loose and spin. Counterclockwise is what you want to do. Let's get the belt out of here, stupid belt. Why won't it stop bottom? And then you can loosen the crescent wrench to get a little bit more speed, or just turn it with the clutch and she will come off. So that's one way if you're doing it on the side of the road in the backyard, or we're doing it on the street because this truck kind of broke down here. So, and that's how you're going to do it. Ooh, be careful of the radiator too. We've done it a fin, but that's fine. Definitely be careful of that. And then now you got a couple water pump bolts. I think 3 on this side, 3 on that side. They look 10mm, and we're going to pop it off once we get the hose out too. That's it. Now, the bolts, there's only 6 10mm. You can do it by hand, they're not that heavy. Big. One big suggestion when you put the bolts in, use anti-seize. If you really ain't got anti-seize, use grease. Grease will work. I think the only difference between anti-seize, as you might know, anti-seize sticks everywhere, it stays there. Grease sometimes disappears or runs down, which still is fine. Because if you break these bolts in there, you're screwed. So we got the 3 bolts in there. They're about 4 inches long. Yeah, I would even do the shoulders of the bolts too. You see that one's rusted there. So we're going to get it